Hello! Welcome to the Lucky Leprechaun Shop Hop and to Stitcher's Joy. Sorry for the little gremlins. The little leprechauns have been hopping through Facebook and, you know, they get up to a little mischief every now and then. So, welcome to Stitcher's Joy. Hopefully you have already visited with Fabric Patch in Ironwood, Wisconsin. And I've seen Joanne there. So if you haven't, then after our live, we'll be going on to Crazy Moose Fabrics up in Maine. And then after that, be sure to go back and watch the recording for Joanne for a very important reason. Number one, the three of us are giving away some fat quarters. Sorry. I'm sitting here staring at a very handsome Irishman that's behind the camera.
Why did you laugh when you said fat quarter and you thought of your husband?
So he's my cameraman today, and happy St. Patrick's Day. So I really appreciate my ginger-haired leprechaun himself helping me today. So.
Your lifelong fat quarter, yes.
Anyway, so very important reason. So after mine, we will be going on to Crazy Moose Fabrics. And Joanne has already asked a question. I will be asking a question a little bit later in this broadcast. And then in Crazy Moose, Marilyn will also be asking a question. And so in her comment section, you'll want to answer all three, and that will register you to win a fat quarter bundle. It'll be a rainbow of fat quarters. And as a matter of fact, today for rainbows, we're going to be kind of sliding over the rainbow, the fabric rainbow as we move across today's live here. So the way that mine works is after Marilyn's, after her live, I will post a link both on my Facebook page and on the event Facebook page, and it will be a link to a web page on my website. It's special just for this live. And that means that any of the items that I mentioned today during my Facebook Live, you can go directly there. You can put them in your cart and you can check out directly on my website. And then tomorrow I will package those and I will ship them off to you. I do have a couple of items that are not available right now. I was at a show this weekend and I sold out of them. But things like this wonderful quilt behind me, I did sell all of those patterns, so I will have to order those. But you can go ahead and place the pre-order there on the website, and as soon as those arrive, I will send them out to you. So everything goes directly through my website. It's all completely secure. When you enter your credit card into my website, you're actually entering it into one of the bank websites. So I never even see it. I mean, I can refund you through their website, but I never see your credit card. So that's just a little bit more safe and secure for you. So what else do you need to know? I think that's about it for right now. So let's start hopping and let's see what we can find along the way. So if you're new to my shop, I want to welcome you. I've got just a variety of things to kind of show you what I'm all about. I am an online shop right now, but I do have a brick and mortar. I'm currently closed due to some water issues with the flooring. So as soon as I get those items resolved, then I will reopen back to the public. But for right now, I am website only. So be sure to watch for that link. And like I said, you'll be able to order directly through that link. And I have just a variety of things to kind of show you what I'm about. I am a machine embroidery shop, as well as quilting and fabric. So I do a little bit of everything. So if you're a machine embroidery, I've got some things for you during this live. And if you're a traditional or a modern quilter, I've got some things for you in this live. And if you like handwork, I have a few things for you as well. So just a little bit of everything. A little bit about me if you're new and don't know. I started out at my grandmother's knee when I was really little and did a lot of hand quilting all the way up into my mid-20s when I got married. And unfortunately, shortly after my husband and I were married, his grandmother passed away and I inherited her sewing machine. So then that was when I finally started being able to learn to sew, and I started quilting by machine. And then it's just been a love affair with fabric ever since. So One other thing I want to make sure that I don't forget to mention is that my favorite color is green, but it's not, I don't love St. Patrick's Day because my favorite color is green. My favorite color is green because today is a very special day. My dad, today is his birthday, and he was born on St. Patrick's Day. So it's always been a big deal, something that we've always celebrated, not because of St. Patty's Day, but we always wear green in honor of my dad. And today is a special milestone for him. So happy birthday, Dad. He's probably not watching right now, but he will be watching in a little bit probably. So the reason he's not watching right now is that he, for the last, I don't know, 45, almost 50 years, has been on the Junior Barrow show at the Livestock Show and Rodeo in Houston. So Dad has done that for as long as I can remember, and really appreciate him helping out the kids and all of the scholarships that he does. So happy birthday, Dad, and I know you'll be watching this in replay later. So, all right, so let's get started. Let's see what I've got for you today. I don't really feel like I have a lot, but let's just see where this takes us. So like I said, I do a couple of smaller projects. I do a lot of small projects, and so I've got a couple of things for you here that are some of my favorites. So I do a lot of little wall hangings, and so these are some of the wall hangings. This one is So Necessary. This is great for any sewing room, anything that you want to do. It's 6 by 12, so it's very small. It is applique, but this is one of those things that's really easy to accomplish and makes just such a great little wall hanging to brighten up your sewing room or anything else. And this one is normally $9.99, so today it's $8.99. And you see that fun little ribbon in there? I just happen to have that ribbon. So if you order that today, then I will include enough ribbon for you to do this, to be able to complete this project. All right, so I've got a couple of other ones here. So another one that's a great welcome. This is a sunflower welcome. Again, easy to complete in a day. This is great for a beginner. And this one actually comes with the hanger that's attached. Okay, so this one is normally $21.99, and in today's Facebook Live, it's $19.99. So you'll be able to watch for that on my website page. I've also got a little bit more spring. So this is Birds in Spring with violets. And it also comes with the sun hanger that you see there. And so normally this one is $22.99, and today, during today's Facebook Live, this one is $19.99. I've got Hello Summer. So this is a great watermelon. And again, it comes with a double scroll hanger. This one finishes at 6 by 21, and normally it's $20.99, and today during Facebook Live it is $19.99. Just a few more. I've also got another sunflower here. This one is Windmill and Sunflowers. This is actually one of my favorites. I love the way that the sunflowers go together, and they just kind of brighten up this whole thing, the whole wall hanging. And then this one finishes at 6 by 22. They don't take a lot of fabric. They really just take more background fabric. And then the quilting for any of these projects is really just the embroidery that you do on these. And that's all you need. You don't have to do any other quilting on these. So once you layer it with your batting and your backing, you do your either a buttonhole stitch, or you can do a straight line stitch around these as well. At least the ones that are least, maybe not this one, but some of the others that are a little less detailed, you can do the straight line stitch. So once you do that, all you need to do then is trim it and bind it. I mean, it's super easy. And one of the great things about all of the Patchabilities patterns is that if you are having trouble with your binding, Patchabilities does a great job of explaining how to do binding. I mean, Julie just does a wonderful job in the directions. I literally couldn't teach you any better myself, okay? The other thing about her patterns is that if you use an electronic cutting machine, then she also has a special set of patterns that are included that make it very easy for you to use your cutting machine on them. You don't have to erase words, you don't have to reverse them, you don't have to try to group things together because she's already done that for you. So super easy. But again, this one is the Windmill and Sunflowers. This one's regularly $10.99, and during today's Facebook Live, this one is $8.99. And then just a few more here. So I've also got another spring one. This is Enjoy the Ride. This one is a little bit larger, so this one's going to finish at 12 by 14. Again, super fun. Now this one does include a little bit of hand embroidery because those flowers on there are hand embroidered. So if you like a little bit of handwork, but you don't want to commit to a giant project like a red work or something like that, then this is a great project for you to do. This one is normally $10.99, and so during today's Facebook Live, it's $9.99. Okay, I also have this one, which is great for summer. So this is Grillin' and Chillin'. So again, super fun. But one of the things about this one is I have one single solitary wool kit for this one. Okay, so you can buy the pattern alone and do it in cotton. Absolutely no problem with that. All of the instructions are included. But if you like wool, I also have one that has all of the wool already included. They're small pieces. If you've never done wool before, it's just a small project for you to try it out, see how you like it. And the needle's even included in this. So just a lot of fun. The pattern only is normally $10.99, and today during the Facebook Live, it's going to be $9.99. And then the one with the wool is normally $23.99, and during today's Facebook Live, it's going to be $21.99. So again, I only have one of these, so just kind of that random little thing if you want to try it out. Okay, and then finally, as we start moving on towards some of the red, white, and blue, I have one of our kits. This is, again, a little bit larger. So this is the Liberty Ball jar. This one finishes at 12 by 18. And as we move into our patriotic fabric today, this one comes with our USA wall hanger. You can see that this is a 12-inch hanger that this finished project will fit on. They do come together. Normally they would be $36.99, but during today's Facebook Live, they're going to be $33.99. So just a lot of fun if you want just a small project. Again, very easy to complete in one day. All right, so moving on. I do have one little random hanger here. It's an Easter egg. So I don't have any of the Easter patterns left that would go with this, but I do have this one little hanger. So it's got the cute little Easter eggs at the top. All of these are made by Ackfeld Wire, and they're all made here in the USA. So this one with the Easter eggs is normally $11.99, and during today's Facebook Live, it'll be $9.99. So again, I only have one of these. So let's move on to some of our red, white, and blue. All right. So one of my favorite quilts is actually this Log Cabin Americana. So I'll show you the quilt pattern here. And now I will actually show you the finished, well, it's not finished, okay. Let's just say sometimes I only have time to do tops. But I can show you that this is what it looks like. It is an absolutely stunning, stunning quilt. And it's actually 1.5-inch logs that make this up. But it actually goes together very fast. It's a lot of fun. And I always get so many compliments whenever I hang. I know I need to quilt it, but I just hang the quilt top. So it's actually very popular on Pinterest right now. So I have those patterns in stock, and they're normally $9.99, but during today's Facebook Live, they'll be $8.99. So that's $1 off, or about 10%. So be sure to get this. You have plenty of time to finish this before the summer holidays when we hit all of our red, white, and blue. So going along with red, white, and blue, I was going to do a demo of this one, and I didn't quite get around to it, but this is Hollow Star by Krista Moser. Now, one of the things that's so striking about this is the red, white, and blue, but it also mixes in some of a little bit more grays to really make this a modern quilt. And you may look at that and think, oh, that's going to be so hard, I can't do that. But the truth is that it uses the Creative Grids diamond ruler, okay? It actually makes this very easy. And it means that using strips of fabric, you can actually cut out your pieces, and then they actually go together into strips. So there's no Y seams involved in this. And again, it's actually a very quick and easy quilt to make. So this one is normally $11.99, but during today's Facebook Live, it'll be $9.99. So I did intend to get out the diamond rulers to show you, but I didn't do that. So keep moving. We'll just move right along. All right, so many of you are familiar with Kimberbell. And so as I said, I am a machine embroidery shop as well. So I do a lot of machine embroidery. So I still have some of the fabric left over from Red, White, and Bloom. Okay, you can see this really cute fabric. I have almost a complete line. So to go along with that, I have the patterns. So if you're a machine embroiderer, I have the machine embroidery patterns. But I also have, before Kimberbell was machine embroidery only, they also produced the sewing patterns of each one of their feature quilts, as well as a lot of their bench pillows. So if you're a quilter and you've wanted to do something that was Kimberbell cute, know that I still have a couple of the sewing versions for their feature quilts, as well as things like their bench pillows, okay? So you can still make their patterns, okay? Don't think that you can't. You will want to snag the sewing versions that I still have on the website because they don't make them anymore, so I can't buy them anymore, but I do still have some. So this one, the sewing version of the feature quilt is $29.99, and the bench pillow is $14.99. So this is Main Street Celebration. And one thing that I would like to point out about this one is that it's hard to tell on the photo, but inside the fireworks, it actually uses fairy lights. So you can actually turn on the fairy lights and it just sparkles for you. So it's great on a bench, it's great sitting on a sofa, it's great if you just wanted to use it, you don't even have to finish it out as a pillow. You could finish it without the fairy lights and use it as a table runner. Just finish it out as a table runner. So a lot of different things that you can do with that. So again, I do have almost a complete line of Red, White, and Bloom. So if you're interested in a little bit more fun summertime red, white, and blue, then certainly that's something that you should check out. But just in case you were wondering if I have any others that are sewing version only, I do. I have just a couple of them pulled out here. So I have Vintage Boardwalk. So another fun summertime quilt. Again, I don't have all of the fabrics for this one, but I do still have some of the feature fabrics for this quilt. This is a table topper. I'll go ahead and take this out of the bag because it's a table topper through the year. Now, if you were a machine embroiderer, this would have also had a CD, but I no longer have the CDs. I'm sold out of those. But these are table toppers that there's one for each month of the year. So these are super cute. They're easy to complete. And this pattern book sells for $29.99. This is the sewing version of each one of these. All right, and then just a couple more. I know it's past time for these, but I do still have these as well. These are bench pillows. These are the sewing versions. So I have Whimsy Winter and Be My Valentine, and both of these are $14.99. All right, so let's move on to a little bit more color. Well, actually I changed my mind. Let's go on to some of the machine embroidery. So if you are a machine embroiderer, if you already have an embroidery machine, then I do offer virtual events if you're interested. So I actually have one coming up. I'm a Kimberbell certified shop. So I have a Kimberbell Easter tier tray event coming up. It's too late for you to get this by the time the event starts on Tuesday. However, because my classes are pre-recorded and I am able to offer them virtually that way via recording, then I can go ahead and put this in the mail to you on Monday. You'll probably have it Wednesday or Thursday, and then at your leisure, you can watch the videos and participate. If you do buy this, by the end of the day on Monday, if you do decide you want to participate in the class, and by the way, I only have 2 kits, so I only have space for two more people. If you decide by the end of Monday that you are going to participate, you will be included, even though you don't have your kit yet, you will be included in all of the drawings for the door prizes. So not something that you want to miss out on. And then if you register for this, I'll send you an email that has additional information on what you need to do, and you can go ahead and purchase this right on my website. Okay. So a couple of other things for the machine embroiderers. This is clear blue tiles. So if you are not familiar with this, quilting in the hoop, that's essentially what this is. So a lot of times we can do the embroidery, but then we actually want to finish the project. We want to get it quilted, we want to get it bound, and we want to move on. And this really makes it easy. This is a tool. It comes in multiple sizes within the box itself that will allow you to trace, and it actually has some of the designs already included on that USB drive. So you're just going to mark your individual blocks, and then it will be able to stitch those out. So just a couple of examples here on the back are a couple of those quilting examples. So again, you don't even have to send your finished embroidered quilts to a long armor. You can just do it all yourself. Now normally this set is $149.99. Today we are doing 10% off. So that means that it will be if I do the math, $130.
90%.
Yeah. It'll be basically $15 off, so it'll be $134.99 today. Okay. A couple of other tools, if you don't already have them, this is one of the best deluxe embroidery scissor and tool sets, also produced by Kimberbell. It comes in this wonderful metal case to help protect them because they are super sharp. So again, today these are normally $99.99, and they are 10% off, so they will be $90. And then finally, what do you do with all of those USBs? Well, I do have some of the Cranberry Star embroidery USB cases, and I'll go ahead and open this so that you can see for certain what's inside. So when you open this case, there is room in here for all of your USB drives, okay? And if you attend our events and you earn the little buttons that go along with it, you can also attach those here. It becomes another way just visually to see it. And then what's great is that you zip it up, you know that they're all safe and secure. And if you want, you can just file it right into a file folder, or you can put it down inside of your bag, and then you have all of your USB drives. Now remember, when you're using USB drives, that they are temporary storage units. So be sure to download the files onto your computer, but they do serve as a backup in case something happens to your computer and they corrupt the files. So you'll have that. All right, let me get this cleared away. All right, my last thing for machine embroiderers, although not just machine embroiderers, is the new Happy Place. This is the Happy Place embroidery projects. So I want to show you that these are bowls. These are our rope storage bowls, okay? Now, you may be wondering why machine embroidery, okay? So in the center of each one of these, they have different motifs, okay? So those are easy to embroider onto the rope. But what if you're not necessarily a machine embroiderer? Well, do take note of some of the designs that they've done with this, okay? So rather than just being solid white bowls or solid fabric colored bowls, they have added the various colors to these, okay? And they've kind of mixed it up a little bit. One of the things that you can't see very well in the photos is that they've also used multicolored thread in some of these. So it just adds a little bit of a design element. So even if you're not a machine embroiderer, you can still use the ideas that are included here on the cover, and you can find them in a little bit better detail on my website with the project rope. So this is a little bit thicker. It's 100 feet of project rope to use for the bowls. So this will actually do usually a couple of projects. Okay, it's a 1/4 inch thick. So it's easy to stitch through, but it gives a nice sturdy bowl. And then also, even if you're not a machine embroiderer, you can use the little embellishment kits. So this comes with tassels in several different colors. It comes with some buttons, comes with some round beads, and it comes with some leather patches. And so you can just kind of dress up your bowl a little bit, okay, with these. So even if you're not interested, even if you're not a machine embroiderer and interested in the embroidery CD, you can still use these. So normally this is $15.99, and today this is also 10% off, so it will be $14.40 today.
Hey, I see a question.
Oh,
What was the USB price? The USB case price?
I'm glad you asked because I forgot to mention that. Oh, the USB
USB case, yes.
Thank you. So normally it's $14.99, so these are 10% off. So it would be $13.50 today. So $13.50 for the USB. And then the project rope is normally $20.99 for 100 feet. And today it's also going to be $2 off, so it's $18.99 today. And then the embroidery projects, Happy Place embroidery projects is normally $44.99, and today it is $40 even. All right.
And the answer to the question, how do we shop? It's at your site, correct?
It will be at my site. Yes. So if you're new, all of these projects will be on my site. I'll have a special page. I didn't want to do it during my live because I had trouble with my internet, as you may have noticed. So normally I would add a section as I go through my live, but because of my internet connection today, I'm not able to do that. So I'm going to wait until after Maryland's. I don't want to take away from Crazy Moose. And I will post then on the event page. I'll post it on my page, and maybe even in Maryland's comments as well. I will post the direct website link, and you'll be able to go straight to the page. It will have all of the products and all of the prices for today's Facebook Live. And all of these prices will remain in effect through noon Central Time tomorrow on Monday the 18th. So if you're watching this live, then be sure, some of these items I only have a few of, so I will run out of stock. But if you're watching this in replay, you can still get these deals through noon tomorrow. You'll just need to pay for those on my website. All right? And
Which is found where?
Stitchersjoy.com. So, I will post the direct link to that page, and then I will also put a link on my homepage that'll go directly there as well. So, stitchersjoy.com. All right, so let's move on. Well, let's do something a little fun. Okay, so occasionally I do a couple of random things, and I actually like to have a lot of fun. And so I have a couple of Happy Quilter variety puzzle books, okay? Sometimes I just need to occupy my brain with something that's more analytical than creative. So these are different types of puzzles. Word searches, there's crossword puzzles, a couple of different logic puzzles that are included in here. These are normally $9.95, but today they are $1 off, so they're $8.95. So this makes just a great gift for your quilty friends. It's something a little unexpected. It's something to keep in your bag if you need something, just kind of fun to do that's not necessarily playing on your phone. I know we all tend to do that. Guilty, solitaire, hello. Okay, so just a little something fun. And then I've also got, again, random stuff. So occasionally I collect older things. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I collect are little sewing machines. They're like toy sewing machines. But for this one, I found these jump ropes. So I don't know if you can tell. This is just a big jute rope, okay? But at the end are these right here. Curious what these are?
Do you need a permit to buy this?
They're not weapons, I promise. Although they do kind of look like drumsticks. These are bobbins from a old commercial sewing machine. Okay? So somebody bought a warehouse and they found a box of these left over. And so they made some jump ropes. And so these are the old mill jump ropes made with these bobbins, commercial bobbins. So they're wood. They've got some metal on them, so you can tell, you know, they're a little, I'm not going to say worn, but they're not new.
Character.
Yes, they've got some character to them, definitely. So just an interesting little thing. These are, I sell these for $7.99. It's not like they're expensive, but if you're interested, I have some of these. Just a fun little novelty kind of thing. Again, I try to find things that are a little weird every now and then. And so if you're into things like that, then that's why I have jump ropes on my website, because they're from an old sewing mill. So, random things.
Are you planning to share your question later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. How long do I have?
I mean, I don't have to be anywhere until 8:30 tomorrow morning.
No. I only have an hour.
Okay.
I only have an hour. Okay, so we're gonna continue down the fabric rainbow here. I'm gonna switch over to some fabric now, and I just wanted to show this particular quilt. Well, first I guess I should mention the one that's behind me. This is the tulip quilt. So this is a really fun pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew, and it's stunning in the red. Excuse me. It's stunning in the red. I do think I want to remake this in all yellow though. Although the front of the pattern, again, which I sold out of at the quilt show this weekend, so I'll be reordering those and getting those in later this week, has these in all different colors, okay? So I think I'm going to make it in yellow, and I'm going to add one red one, because every time I plant tulips, they're not all the same color like they're supposed to be. So if you're ready for spring, then I have a nice springy quilt. The other fun thing about this quilt is, despite how striking it is actually a lot of fun to make, and it goes together very quickly. So again, a lot of fun to make. All right, so I just wanted to show you this super simple quilt, and I'm just going to hold it up because I don't have anything to hang it on. All right, so this quilt right here is a 9-patch. It's really just a 9-patch with a border on 2 different sides. And the thing that makes this quilt so striking is how the colors move across, okay? We often think of kind of this being a modern quilt kind of thing with the colors moving from side to side, but it's just such a great update to a really basic, I mean, this is probably one of the first patterns that we all made, was the 9-patch, right? Just such a great update. And it can be done, this one's done in a little bit more muted colors, but it can certainly be done in the brights as well. So remember, as you're looking at fabric, to be sure to think about ways that you can update them just a little bit, or that you can brighten something up. And remember that just because it's the same block does not mean it has to be the same color, okay? And it really adds a fun update to any project. All right, so let's look at some of those colored updates. All right, so this is the stitchy line. And you can see I kind of have it in rainbow color, but it does have multiple patterns and multiple colors available. So I'll show you the full line here in just a second, but I do sell all of my fabric by the full yard. So as you're ordering that, just keep that in mind. It is by the full yard. All of my stitchy fabric is normally $11.99, and so during today's Facebook Live, there'll be $1 off. There'll be $10.99 per yard. So a couple of examples. This is crosshatch in gray. You can see the different variations in the colors there. This is sunburst in multiple blues. This is hashtag, which is great because it's got the white background, but then it blends the colors of all of the other fabrics. So this would be threaded lines. It's just like a bunch of thread on there. This is one of my favorites. This is stitches. So you can see those patterns. This one's in orange. And then again, I have the sunburst pattern, but this one is in pink. And so you can see it adds a red, an orange, and a white in with it to add that striking color. And let me grab, let's just switch these out here. So this is the full line of Stitchy. This is by Krista Watson. So this is my modern version. So this is sunburst in orange. This is stitches in lime green. This is cross weave in green, and you see it's got that little bit of pink and white in there to help coordinate. This is starburst in green with that blue and white. Stitches in aqua. This is crossweave in peaks, and it's got that little bit of aqua in it. Stitches in pink. Starburst in blacks, whites, and grays. It's a great neutral. And last stack. I've got stitches in gray. I've got hashtags in pink. I've got crossweave in orange with that yellow and dark reds. Hashtags in orange. Crossweave in teal, and again it's got that reciprocal orange in it. Threaded lines in orange. Hashtags in black and white. Hashtags in teal. And threaded lines in pink. So that is the full line of the Stitchy fabric by Krista Watson. So if you're interested, again, all of those will be on the website at the end of the Crazy Moose. All right, so a few other things real quick. So I really don't sell a lot of kits, but I do have a couple of kits that I have put together. So one of the patterns by Krista Watson is this terrace tile. Now, if you're familiar with quick, easy patterns, then you really need to know about this particular pattern. So it looks very complicated, but it's really just large squares with that white stripe that goes through the center of it. And so this really goes together quickly. If you need a quick quilt to give, you know, a little boy or a little girl, baby quilt, if you have, you know, baby fabrics that you want to use, if you just need to tie some different colors together, then this is a great option for that. And so I've actually kitted this one. So you can see these pinks and aquas. There's some koi fish in there and some flowers, little tadpoles, goldfish in there. So this is a really fun pattern for little girls, this whole kit. And again, it goes together very, very quickly. I mean, literally, I think a day, and you could make this quilt. So the pattern does come with the crib, the throw, and the full size. Normally, this is $32.99 for this kit, but today it's $25. So that is a little bit of a savings for that, okay? So, and then I also don't carry a lot of panels, but I do have a few that are kind of springy. I find that I tend to gravitate more towards my florals. So when it comes to this is a large 36, well, this one's almost 36 inches, and it's bluebonnets. So for any of my Texas customers or any new customers from Texas, maybe you still live in Texas and the bluebonnets are starting to come out right now, or you have been transplanted to another state and you may be covered in snow and wishing for bluebonnets. Here's a little bit of brightness for you for your bluebonnets. Okay, this is digitally printed and is absolutely stunning for these lupines. So normally this one is $12.99, and in today's Facebook Live, these are going to be $10.99. And then I have one other flower. This is Gossamer Gardens. This one is actually a block panel. So these measure at about 6 inches. So these can certainly be cut. See all of the bright colors in there? Make this very easy to mix with any of your scraps. Multiple colors, multiple shades within those colors. And so if you're putting together something that requires fussy cutting or blocks in the center of, other designs, then this is the perfect panel. Again, normally this one is $12.99, but this one in today's Facebook Live will be $9.99. All right. So moving on, a little bit more spring. A couple of little fabrics here. Again, sold by the yard. Normally all of these fabrics are $11.99, and during today's Facebook Live, they'll all be $9.99. And this actually represents some of my favorite colors. Matter of fact, I looked around the shop at one point and was like, ooh, maybe I need to stop buying all these bright colors. And you're gonna see why. So this is Field of Flowers. You can see it's got multiple motifs in different sizes and shapes, as well as colors. And so this makes a great blender when you're trying to figure out how to mix different colors together. This makes a great blender, makes a fabulous border, or even as a backing for a traditional quilt. Okay, this just helps tie together all of those different colors. All right, this one is stitches. So you can see that they're little line stitches. They're kind of flowers and curly cues. So this one's in rose. I have it in lime green. And then I also have it in blue. And then kind of keeping along with that is the Mariposa, which I have in teal. So kind of all coordinated together, but not necessarily all the same. So a little bit of spring for your fabric collection. All right, and last but not least, I have mandala and a little bit more from the Gossamer Gardens. So this is a mandala pattern. It's got the blues and the greens in it. This is a violet. So those are actually kind of leaf prints, but they kind of look like little raindrops, kind of watercolored, so it gives you a little variety within the fabric. The same thing in orange. All right, and then I have some mandalas on white. So you see all of those different colors, and you can see how those colors within those raindrops would really work well within that. I thought I had the purple version of that, but I don't see what happened to it. All right, so here's the same pattern that we saw earlier, but this time it's black with orange and pink. It really makes the colors pop off the background. And because, again, I like things, sometimes that are a little different. Here's some funky frogs with the mandalas in the center. Again, the black background just makes them pop. And this is the hoot owls. Same basic concept, but they're on teal or blue. This is kind of the border stripe. It includes the frogs, the owl, and then it also has the fun little pig. And I'm sorry, I did sell out of the pig fabric. And then just to kind of coordinate with that, I've got mandalas on white. So these are a little bit smaller. You can kind of see by the size of my finger. They're a little bit smaller. And then I've got some of the pink that will match. It's got the little bit of diamond strips with the mandalas on it. I've got the blue. And then finally, I have dragonflies. And again, all of these are normally $11.99 by the yard. During today's Facebook Live, they'll all be at $9. So this whole stack is $9 by the yard. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. Again, watch my Facebook page. I mean, you can watch my Facebook page. I'll post a direct link to my website, Facebook Live page for that. It'll have all of these products and the prices that you've seen. Also, I will post it on my front page of my website, which is stitchersjoy.com. And those will all be posted shortly after Marilyn finishes her Facebook Live. So she will be starting her Facebook Live at 3:30 Central Time. I actually kind of finished everything that I had prepared a little bit early, so that gives you a little bit of time to grab a drink and get rested up, do whatever you need to do before her Facebook Live starts on her Facebook page. And again, that is Crazy Moose Fabrics. So be sure to check that out. If you haven't watched Joanne's Facebook Live yet, that is Fabric Patch Ironwood. So you'll want to go check that out as well. Be sure to watch for her question. Still wondering what my question is? Finally got there. Okay. So I know the very end. So my question is, what is your favorite style of piecing or quilting? Do you like to piece traditionally, modern? Do you like colorful? Do you prefer Civil War fabrics? So what is your favorite style of quilting or sewing projects? So just let us know in Marilyn's comments. You'll answer that as well as the question that was asked by Joanne in hers. Okay? So I think that's it. Again, be sure to watch my website, stitchersjoy.com, for the link to all of these products. And thanks so much for watching. And at 3:30, go see Crazy Moose Fabrics for the final part of the shop hop. Thanks for watching. Bye.